We're joined in our studio by one of the planet's most quoted and accurate pollsters, Scott Rasmussen. Welcome to Newsmax again, Scott.
It's great to be with you today. Great to be in studio.
Exactly, for first time.
That's right.
Hopefully not last. As we record this, your daily tracking poll on President Obama's approval rating shows only 19% of voters strongly approve of him, while 40% strongly disapprove. That puts him at minus 21. Now, a Gallup poll this week shows his approval rating in his 11th quarter of office at just 41%, the worst yet. The question is, Scott, from your experience, have you ever seen a president with such low approval numbers reelected?
Well, Gallup said the only president whose approval numbers were lower in the 11th quarter was Jimmy Carter, and we know how that story ended. But Jimmy Carter ran against Ronald Reagan, so I'm not quite sure the comparison is as precise as some would like to make it. Every presidency has its unique trajectory. The president still retains strong support from Democrats. They may not be as enthusiastic as they were 4 years ago about him, but they're going to support him. So it's not out of the question that President Obama could turn this around, but he's an underdog today.
All right, turning now to the Republican presidential field. Latest poll averages show Herman Cain still leading the field of Republicans with 28%. Mitt Romney in second place at 23%. Is Cain the real deal for Republican voters?
Cain is auditioning for the role of I'm not Mitt Romney. I mean, that's where this whole process is going to come down to. It's going to be Mitt Romney and somebody else. Herman Cain, we can't tell from the polls if he's the real deal. What's going to happen is he is being attacked by his opponents and his competitors for the GOP nomination. His plans are coming under attack. Some of his statements, he stumbled a little bit in the past week. So if Herman Cain can regroup and find ways to deal with the spotlight, well, then he has a shot. If not, somebody else will get the chance to audition for the second slot in this race.
Some say nobody can match Mitt Romney's money, and he will eventually capture the nomination as a result. What do you say?
Money is one part of the issue. There's an awful lot more to it. Mitt Romney has been through this process before. He is handling himself largely in the debates very well. He has not made any major gaffes. He has a good organization. He also has a process that favors the front runners. So Mitt Romney has a lot of things going for him, but it's not inevitable. My assessment is still that there is not a single candidate who is better than a 50-50 chance of winning the nomination today.
Texas Governor Rick Perry was the front runner, surged to the top as soon as he entered the race. Then suddenly the roof kind of caved in. Can he make a comeback?
Can he? Yes. The odds are against him. I mean, the numbers are very bad. He's in 6th place in our polling in Iowa. He has fallen to single digits nationally. He's struggling in New Hampshire. He too has an awful lot of money. He also has 10 years as a governor, which gives him a certain level of credibility that other challengers to Mitt Romney don't have. The thing that would help Rick Perry the most is Herman Cain to collapse, because what we've seen through this entire process is Mitt Romney's numbers stay the same, and when somebody else goes up or down, they have to find some other candidate to go to. So if Herman Cain were to stumble, Rick Perry is a potential recipient of that benefit, or would potentially benefit from that.
Is Perry being hurt by the fact there are so many Tea Party candidates in the race and Mitt Romney is the so-called establishment candidate?
Maybe, but you know, Rick Perry could have been the clear Tea Party candidate. He really picked an unnecessary fight with his comments about tuition benefits for illegal immigrants. He did not perform well in the debates. So a lot of unforced errors were really the problem for Rick Perry.
Tea Party favorite Michelle Bachmann, her rating reportedly sinking. A new CBS New York Times poll puts her at 2% in Iowa. What's happening with her, do you think?
First of all, we hardly ever elect members of Congress to the White House. She doesn't have the platform that a Rick Perry did. And you know, she won the Ames, Iowa straw poll. The next day, Perry announced he was getting into the race, stole a little bit of the thunder, and there was no room left for Michelle Bachmann at the party at that time. Herman Cain has now stolen some of that thunder, and Michelle Bachmann, I think, has established herself as a name. And she will be a serious player, and especially among Tea Party circles, she's someone that people will look to for guidance.
Possible vice presidential candidate?
You know, it's way too early to talk about vice presidential. I got to tell you, we talk about all these things right now. In 1983, Walter Mondale and Ronald Reagan were tied in the polls. Ronald Reagan won 49 states a year later. So you look for trends right now. You don't try and get too much into the weeds.
A year's a lifetime.
A year's a lifetime in politics.
All right, could Ohio possibly be the bellwether state again in the presidential race? And could the Republican nominee gain a big advantage by choosing either Senator Rob Portman or Governor John Kasich as vice president?
Ohio will certainly be one of the key states. It's very hard to see how Barack Obama could lose Ohio and still win the White House. I think he's going to have trouble in Florida because his health care plan is so unpopular among seniors. So the president is looking to Ohio as a key state, and it's going to be part of any Republican coalition. Again, the vice presidential candidate probably not going to be as decisive as other factors. And in election 2012, the biggest factor is not the Republicans or the Republican vice presidential nominee or the Republican platform, it's Barack Obama.
Pollster extraordinary Scott Rasmussen, thanks for coming by to see us.
Thank you. Happy
Don't let
to
it
be
be your
here.
last time either.
All right.
Okay. And thank you for watching Newsmax TV.